Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a review of a recent dinner I had at Chez Celine, which is located at 4298 Fraser Street in Vancouver. This is associated with St. Lawrence Restaurant, which is a one-star Michelin restaurant down in the Chinatown area. And I'm glad that they've started the second restaurant. It's more casual. St. Lawrence is more price fixed. You've got to, spend 2.5 hours. This is more like neighborhood style. And Fraser Street, I think, is really an up and coming neighborhood. I actually prefer it to Main Street. Main Street is kind of, I know it's got a hotbed of a lot of restaurants, but it's getting crowded. Fraser is actually very chill vibe, and I actually like it a bit better. And I think there's some really nice restaurants that are finding their place there. So easier to find parking also. It is a very hopping atmosphere, like a bistro style, loud, but in a very good way. And I love that, for instance, they've got this kind of serving or bar area right in the middle. So it's kind of, you get to feel like you're right in the action. So they have lots of bottles of wine by the glass and by the bottle. Very interesting stuff. Manager there, David, is very good at kind of just making things very casual. He knows a lot about wine, but he just makes it very simple and not pretentious. He's got a lot of knowledge and will get you the right wine. And it doesn't have to be expensive. Their glasses of wine are between $16 to $20. Very reasonable. We started the night with a amuse-bouche, and this kind of reminded me of like a cod fritter that I had in Portugal. And so just a nice little bite-sized amuse-bouche, but nice way to start the evening. Quick video of that bar area that I was mentioning right in the middle of the room. And then this is just up top over your heads. There's lots of bottles of wine. And then you'll go across, you'll see the bar area. So what we started with a cocktail, and they have a special cocktail on the board every night. This is the Joie de Vivre. It's Gosling's rum, Jardin de gin, and Esquimalt bitters, red calamansi for $18. And the nice thing is $1 is donated to a charity. In this situation, it was donated to the Vancouver Food Runners Society. You can look that up. They're a very worthwhile cause. And so, even we wanted the non-alcoholic version. They said, fine, we'll charge you $15, but we'll still give that $1 to charity. So kind of a nice touch. I actually thought it was quite a nice drink. It looked good, and also I like this type of taste. It's kind of tart and sour and acidic, so I really like that type of cocktail. I really liked the design of the restaurant. It's just opened a couple of months ago, and it is, I think actually, in fact, the design and the decor is even more upscale than St. Lawrence. Maybe it's because it's new, but it's very warm, a cozy environment. So let's get to the food. This is the Croque Monsieur croquettes, two of them for $16. Really nice looking dish, and actually it tasted really good. They had warned us that it was really going to be hot inside the croquette. I thought it was like kind of warm. It wasn't like steaming hot, but it was still very good. And I thought the taste profile was excellent. Again, I love the blend of flavors that you get on this. And so I thought it was a very delicious dish. Pepper on the side, so that was kind of nice to have that little bit of spice to the croquette. This is a nice little French dish, the saucisson sec and the cornichon for $10. So kind of nice, a little bit of charcuterie, some olives, some pickles, something a little to snack on. I kind of liked it, and I think quite affordable. This is the baked oysters Florentine. You get two of them for $18, large oysters. One thing is that they do have a little bit of bacon bits in there, but for some reason it looked like you have a bit of crunchiness, and I mistook that for the shell. So kind of texturally, I wasn't thrilled with this dish, but I thought it was okay. It was, I love oysters Florentine. I thought it was a good example of this. Tasted decently, other than that texture that kind of bothered me a little bit. This is their golden beets, walnut, and chèvre for $19. They did put the chèvre cheese, which is kind of a goat cheese, on the side for us because my wife didn't want that. She doesn't eat goat cheese, so that was nice of them to do. But again, beautiful dish. And in comparing, almost every restaurant has a beet type salad or dish. So I just comparing this, a very comparable dish is the one at June. That's an endive and beet salad. That was mostly endive and very little beets. This one is golden beets, which I really liked. Normally the beets are red, but you know, a nice play on this and a little bit unique. Just on the last dish, the chèvre I thought was key to the dish. The cheese really bound the other elements of the dish, so I really thought that was important to the dish. Next, we had the pork chop, which is with maple apple cider sauce. For it's 18 ounces. It's $58. It can feed 2 to 3 people. I think, yeah, more towards 3 people. I think it's quite a nice price for this. It's a huge pork chop, let me tell you. And so thought it was nice. You could kind of taste the apple, the maple and the apple cider sauce. So I really enjoyed this dish. Short video of my pork dish and also the beet dish with the cheese. And this is an example of the interesting wines they have there. I asked David to kind of blind me, just give me something exciting, and he really did. He gave me a wine from a Georgian wine, a very old. Georgia is one of the oldest countries in the world to produce wine, and the producer is Palavani, and the grape type is Saperavi, which I've never heard of. It kind of tasted to me like an old world kind of Languedoc or Cahors wine, Malbec based or Grenache based. My tasting notes, in case anyone's interested: black olives on the nose with dried dark fruit and cassis on the palate, medium bodied, not overly tannic. Really great food wine, particularly with the pork dish. Finished off with dessert. This was a special item. It's not on the regular menu. It's kind of like a pie, a maple pie, so with maple syrup and then with ice cream on top. Kind of a local thing that they would do in Quebec. And so just thought it was fun. So it's a really fun place. I found it quite reasonably priced. Atmosphere is great. So I'm going to recommend this restaurant. I'm a big fan of St. Lawrence and their people, and I think they make great food, and I think they make the dining experience fun. So I would check out this restaurant. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Until next time, happy eating.